Today, we're going to be going for a walk on the Pitch Pine, basically a cross-country ski loop, and it's 2.5 miles long. I've done it once before. It's relatively flat and has a decent overlook on it. This trail is located right off of Route 44 above Heiner Mountain. I do believe it's called Cloudersport Pike or Cloudersport Road as well. Today we're going to be doing the trail counterclockwise. This right here is a snowmobile trail. Looks like there's been a few on it today. Usually we're not out this late, but it rained earlier and we had some other things that we needed to do. It's a pretty decent little loop. They said it's only 2.5 miles long, but getting out for some exercise. It's got a nice little view on it. Nothing spectacular. But that's the parking lot over there. You're going to come in. The trail cuts off over here to the left and wraps around. See, there's been a few people on it so far. Had snow since I think Wednesday. So I'm not shocked. It seems like it's pretty popular. Every time I go past, it has some sort of car here. Or, I at least see one car here. As soon as you get into the woods, on the left you can see what looks to be a pad they put in a gas well at some point. I'll give you a better view once we get up there, because you do end up on a bit of a road. I think it's all relatively new. I haven't seen a gas well on it yet, but I believe that's what the pad's for. If anybody knows, obviously, leave a comment, because I'm still new to the area. It was here when I got here, but it looks relatively new, and there's really nothing else on it, so that's what I'm assuming. This is where the trail comes out onto the road, and you make a right on the road, and a short distance down on the left you'll find the trail again. That's going to be the well pad, and based on the signage down there, that's what I have to assume is going to definitely be on there. I don't know when they're going to build it. Kind of hope not anytime soon. Probably sometime over the summer, because this is considered a ski loop. But the first time I did it, it was in the fall when we first got here. And it seemed like they kept the grass cut pretty good. So people may hike this as well. I'm not sure about that. But you'll see there's those blue arrows. That's pretty much what you follow around here to do the ski loop. I'm not much of a cross-country skier, but the ski trails are usually relatively flat. They'll have some hills, but at least from my experiences back where I'm from, they're usually relatively flat with some hills. You don't climb mountains and they're not real rocky. Right here to the left, we're going to cut back into the woods off of this road, the ski trail. I'm assuming the road's new too. At least it seemed like it when I did it when we first got here. And it just kind of cut the ski trail out a little bit. But now with one of the blue arrows. Pretty much if you follow those, you can't go wrong. And if you use an outdoor active app or something like that, the trail is marked on there, so you always can find your way back. It takes a little over an hour, nothing spectacular. It's a pretty nice trail, relatively flat, well groomed. Like I said, has one nice little overlook on it. Nothing spectacular. Just getting out for some exercise though. Other than the blue arrows, it's also marked blue lines on trees as well. Just figured I'd let you know that one too. This one's on both sides of the tree. This trail is really easy to follow. I mean, other than coming up on the road, there's nothing else on it. It is literally just a loop up here on top of the mountain. There's another tree with a blue blaze on it. I'm a little shocked. There's as much snow up here as what there is. It was really warm yesterday, and it rained a good bit earlier. I figured it would have all melted by now. Kind of glad it didn't. At this point, I have to assume that this is the only place that really has snow is up here on top of the mountains, because there's nothing down in town. And I didn't see anything, well, other than what's plowed down in Lock Haven this morning. So this is pretty much the only place I know of to find snow around here. We made it to the overlook. There's a little log bench that Benji's sniffing at right now. Ran into some snowmobile tracks too, so I think somebody either got lost or just didn't care. But it's a nice overlook down into the valley. Nothing spectacular. I'm assuming this is Pine Creek, the Pine Creek River Valley. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking over into. But I mean, I don't see any houses or anything, no cabins. Just looks like I'm up on top of the mountain, looking down. I'll have to Google Earth it and try and figure out exactly where I'm at, but it is a nice little overlook. Take a little break, sit on the bench, have a snack if you want to. That's where we came from right there. That's where we're headed though. Pretty much V's back here and heads back out. So we're gonna keep moving because it's getting a little on the late side. It's already 4:40 and it gets dark early. I kind of was hoping that we'd be moving a little faster today, but this snow is slick. I did look it up on Google Earth, and while it doesn't look directly over Kamal, it's pretty much I'm up above Kamal. Kind of by, I think is the other town that it showed me by was Haneyville. Just as an FYI. So, I'm not exactly overlooking Kamal, but when you're looking down over that valley, Kamal's down in there somewhere. Once you leave the overlook, this is pretty much what the trail is till you get back towards the parking lot. You're just surrounded by shrubs and trees on top of a mountain with really nothing around. If you like peace and quiet, it's a nice little trail to go on. So far, I've never ran into anybody on it. And that being said, now that there's snow on the ground, just about every time I go past, running down into Pine Creek and, the bike trail and stuff like that, at least either when I'm on my way there or on my way back, I see a car here. So I think it gets a decent amount of use in the wintertime as the actual ski trail that it is. Really shocked to see the snowmobile print tracks on it though, but all in the same, it's not marked by the snowmobile trail, so they may not know, and to be perfectly honest, they may even be allowed to be on here. There were a couple spots that was tore up pretty good, but for the most part they didn't exactly destroy it, so they weren't flying or being rough on it, at least. And like I said, it's marked by in the parking lot, not at the trail, so there's a good chance they just didn't know, because people come from all over, from my understanding, to do these snowmobile trails up here, because it's supposed to be where it has snow that a lot, and snowmobiles in my opinion, are one of those things where they sit a lot because we don't really get a lot of snow in Pennsylvania. That's one of the reasons I moved up here, was hoping to, live somewhere where we had more snow or got more snow. And I definitely feel like up here on the mountain, we've been lucky enough to be able to come up here and hike in the snow a lot more than what I could have back home. So I am thankful for that. But it does seem like people come from all over, with their snowmobiles to do this, because they're not exactly cheap, and they've gotten pretty high tech over the past few years, it seems like. I haven't been on one since I was a kid, but it definitely seems like they've changed a lot, and they're more like four-wheelers and side-by-sides and all that fun stuff with the suspension, and like you can jump them and stuff. And I don't remember that when I was a kid, so it is what it is. Just glad to be out here and have the snow to hike in today, and it's not real sloppy from all the rain. So I'm really not a fan of the mud and the slop. This is my kind of hiking. Oh, Benji. He's a good boy. Just really popped out into a little bit of a more clearing. This is when you get back close to the car. There's a house or a cabin up here that you can see at some point. FYI, doing it counterclockwise, the mileage was 1.1 miles to the overlook. We're currently only a tenth of a mile from the parking lot, from what my Outdoor Active app says, and it was pretty on last time when I did it. It was exactly 2.5 miles, maybe a little off because I'm slipping and sliding in the snow a little bit, because I didn't bring my micro spikes. I really didn't expect there to be this much snow. Truthfully, I really thought it was going to be mostly gone. It was so warm yesterday, and the rain we got earlier, I thought for sure would have taken it away. So, pleasantly surprised and happy about the amount of snow that is up here, because there's still a solid inch or two on the ground. So, hopefully it sticks with us the remainder of the winter. Come on, puppers. There's a look at Benji. He's out enjoying his walk. From best I could tell, the other times I've done this, there weren't any other dogs on it. It's based on the way he acted. But today he's acting differently, smelling a lot more. I can see a bunch of other prints. So either there's been a bunch of coyotes through here, or somebody had their dogs out, which, more power to them. Looks like there's some people that have gone down that and cut through there. So no complaints. But yeah, I'll fill you in on the details once we get back to the car and give you the elevation gain loss. It's not very much. Oh yeah, there's another one with blue arrows. It's very minimal. So I'll fill you in when we get back to the parking lot. We're pretty close. That's the little cabin you pop out by. The parking lot's right down here. So far, it's been 2.5 miles, and it was like 201, 202, something. I think it was like 201 feet of elevation gain and about 155 feet of elevation loss. So you can't complain. There's a parking lot right there. It's not really a hard trail by any means. So I wish I would have paid attention to what time it was, because I'm not even sure what time it is at this point. But it took us a little over an hour to do. Again, it's only a 2.5 mile loop. Little longer in time just due to the fact that it's slick snow. It's real wet, because it's been above freezing and rained and stuff. But I hope you enjoy the video and come check the trail out sometime. Me and Benji are gonna get out of here and go eat some dinner. It's getting dark. Have a good one. Good night, everybody.